Welcome everybody. My name is Marek Łazewski. I'm a patent trademark attorney in Poland and a member of the INTA Professional Development Committee, and I have come here to the Polish coast, to the Technical University of Gdańsk, the Faculty of Management and Economics, to talk about neurodiversity in the workplace, and I'm here with two distinguished faculty members.
My name is Łukasz Sienkiewicz. I'm an associate professor at the Faculty of Management and Economics of Gdansk University of Technology, dealing with human capital, but also neurodiversity, especially from the perspective on the changes of the labor market and new technologies.
My name is Michał Tomczak. I am also associate professor at Faculty of Management and Economics, and I'm holding vice dean position. I'm responsible for cooperation and development, and since 7 years I'm researching neurodiversity and work.
Okay, so I guess my first question is, what is this neurodiversity thing? Is it a medical term? Is it a management term? And how do we define it for the at least for the purposes of this discussion?
There are various definitions, but in managerial sciences, we believe that neurodiversity is a natural variation in human cognition. So we use a definition coined by Judy Singer, the author who introduced the term to the discourse. So the major assumption of this definition is we all are somehow neurodivergent, because we all have various cognitive styles. But within the neurodivergent community, their cognitive abilities and cognitive profiles are spiky. So these are very huge differences in the way they perform, basing on their abilities. A person on the autism spectrum can have very high memory ability, high ability in maintaining focus for a long period of time. So, as we all agree, these are abilities highly required in some positions. But on the other side, that person, she or he, can face some challenges in communicating, for example, verbal communication. So, supporting in overcoming those challenges can release the potential connected with other abilities.
Yeah, I would add to that disregarding whether we are talking about medical perspective or management perspective or any other perspective, neurodiversity is generally quite a broad term. So we talk about autism spectrum, ADHD, dyslexia, dyspraxia, people with Tourette syndrome. So in a sense, when we define neurodiversity for management purposes, we have to be very clear about which aspect of neurodiversity we actually focus on.
So I suppose my next question is why should I care? Is it a moral obligation? Is there a business case for me? We also have, maybe I should add, it's not just people like me, yes, there may be people running bigger organizations than just there may be multinational law firms. They can actually be much smaller organizations, like a single man or a few people shops. Could also be sort of members of big corporations who have a brand management department that can also be very small or quite large and spanning a few continents. So yeah, why should we be interested in that topic, and what is the benefit?
I think in general, inclusion of various types of diversity is just a good thing to do. But in this case, I strongly believe we should go beyond the moral obligations, because in some sectors there are huge talent shortages, and I believe that modifying the recruitment and moving on, modifying the work environment, we can empower a large group of employees and enable them to fully use their superpowers, their talents based on their cognitive styles. So I think business can benefit from the talents of neurodivergent employees, and it can be a reason for having profit. That's all.
In our research, we definitely take the more positivistic approach to neurodiversity. We believe that neurodiverse individuals can add substantial benefits to employers, and this is why we are focusing on understanding what makes the organizations neurodiversity inclusive. We have done for the last 2 years an extensive research program focusing on understanding what are the maturity determinants, so what makes the organization ready to employ neurodiverse individuals. We have done qualitative research, interviews with people who deal with neurodiverse people at work specifically. We have done quite an extensive quantitative research, meaning we have surveyed over 1,000 companies of different sizes, and also have tried to understand what are the effective support programs at some organizations through some in-depth case studies.
So, what comes out of your research? How not to do it so that, even though the intentions are good, the outcome is actually going to be somehow stigmatizing, somehow dividing people into fully functional employees and not fully functional employees.
Okay, so starting with general assumption, we are different, but we are equal.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are having in mind the inclusion in all the job cycle of each employee, starting from inclusive recruitment, when we are focused on skills, not on what way someone is, talking about himself or herself, and moving on, how we organize the work environment. For example, allowing to use the headphones, because some of people on the autism spectrum, they challenge some sensory vulnerabilities. So if we allow all the employees using headphones within an office, so it could be huge facilitator for the neurodivergent people, and it also could be beneficial for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after COVID, we can use the flexible mode of communication. If someone preferences are involving non-verbal communication, using some emails or chats and so on, and if it's not disturbing for the process, we can allow it. So we should have in mind different expectations of different neurotypes within the job cycle, starting from the recruitment, ending on daily operations. Yeah, I think they should be accessible for everyone, not dividing.
Yeah. I think this inclusive approach is about understanding individual strengths and preferences, and allowing it for everybody, in a sense that we either if we are neurodiverse or neurotypical, we do have some strengths, we do have some challenges, we do have some preferences, and the idea here is more resembling what we call job crafting perspective. So means that we understand these individual preferences of every individual in our company and try to craft the job around this person, trying to leverage the superpowers, the skills, whether they come from neurodiversity or not, and probably also design the working environment in a way that would support this individual. So this is a very much also an organizational endeavor, in a sense that we have to rebuild the organization, but also the mindset of managers and other co-workers around that perspective.
It's the reverse of little that I know about HR, but I understand the classical idea was build the structure, draw it on the board, and then find the right people to fit the boxes you've drawn.
Absolutely.
And this is the opposite.
Not a job-focused perspective, not the job position defined and trying to fit the person into this job position, but the other way around. So the individual-focused perspectives, and this way we can really, as I said, because this is very important, either for neurodiverse or neurotypical employees, we can use their strengths and limit the challenges and have the benefits for our company, because as we said, this is a business case, not only the charity perspective.
So I understand you also teach, so maybe that's an interesting perspective. You teach managers on these issues. Do they want to be taught? Why do they come over, and what they feel they get out of it? Maybe that's another perspective that's interesting.
So now we have a boom for neurodiversity and work in Poland. So the awareness is rising. The awareness in society and being able to organize the recruitment and the work of neurodivergent individuals to make it good, successful, it's completely different things. Share some techniques, some tips how to organize the inclusion process in a proper way, and I believe they will be in their own organizations. There will be neurodiversity champions, neurodiversity leaders, and they will share their knowledge to foster the inclusion.
Yes, I think you know that most of the people who are interested in finding out more about neurodiversity at work are people led by personal motivations. So either these are managers or people who have, as Michał said, who are themselves neurodivergent or have the family member or have come up with some specific issue within the organization with neurodiverse individuals. And this is an important factor that builds organizational and managerial eagerness to employ neurodiverse individuals. In our research, we have divided the two groups of factors that define the readiness of organization or maturity of organization to employ neurodivergent individuals. First is the propensity. So understood as eagerness, I want to employ, and these are different factors that govern among many the personal motivation, but also the business needs, as we discussed. We want to leverage these superpowers, so we want to employ. But then there is a readiness perspective. So whether I have the organization actually ready to employ these individuals is a very different thing. This might need more efforts toward both the procedures, work environment as we discussed, but also the management and co-workers mindset that will allow for the effective employment and functioning of neurodiverse individuals.
I can certainly relate to that. I think I'm pretty high on the eagerness aspects of things, which is, as you say, mostly driven by sort of personal experiences with my family members, seeing some lost potential sometimes, and also with my own diagnosis that I've had pretty recently. But I struggle with the practicalities and with the organizational aspects of it. I've complained a lot about the challenges.
Yes, actually, I would say that if, the maturity depends quite a lot on some organizational aspects like the procedures, having a well-functioning HR department. But as I said, it's really a lot about the mindset and the inclusiveness culture. This is a very important aspect because we understand usually the inclusiveness culture as equality. So giving the same tools to everyone so that they have the same opportunities. Actually understanding your individual characteristics like your strengths and also challenges leads to a very different perspective. We try to approach the inclusiveness culture as equity. So equipping people with the tools they need to succeed in their working environment, and this might be different tools for every individual. This might be misunderstood and stigmatizing by some coworkers that we do not treat employees in the same way, because some of them have access to some other supports than the others. But this is what they need to effectively function and probably also bring profit and other benefits to our organization. So this is very important, but also quite hard to do, especially among all employees within the organization, to be treated equitably. Not equally.
I like this. Superpowers and equity. Any other things that we want to say towards the end?
Yeah, I think one important thing to raise is because nowadays the superpower narrative is very popular, but we have to be honest. Similarly, within the neurodivergent population and neurotypical population, not everyone will have certain superpower, and with being able to provide some large-scale calculations on large numbers
in the head.
Yeah, in the head. But every single person has some skills that some spheres that their abilities are higher comparing to others, and also face some challenges. It's natural. So we should have it in mind. We can benefit from the diversity, and also we can benefit from the neurodiversity.
So I still come out with the superpowers and equity and job crafting as the right approach to designing an organization, which I think are my 3 takeaways. I don't know, maybe you want to share what you feel are the most important 3 points, three words that we've...
I can just share one thought. I would be very happy that in a few years there would be no need to talk about the inclusion of neurodiversity, because I really hope that neurodiversity someday will be a natural form of being diverse, similarly to age, gender, sexual orientations. So
I would also say that it is really good that the awareness is rising. After the awareness comes the propensity, eagerness to employ, but then we have to make a lot of efforts not only to want to employ, but to make our organizations ready to employ these individuals, to use fully, as we said, those superpowers, but also trying to elevate those challenges that all employees in fact meet in their work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.